You are listening to You are listening to Why Like That podcast.
Okay, welcome back to Why Like That. There's usually two sides to a story, and today we only have two hosts. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Because our third host, he's not well. Mr. Farhan, he's not well, so he's the in-house cameraman for today. நான் இதுக்கு மத்தியில் வந்து நம்ம கூட வந்து இன்னைக்கு வந்து ஒரு கெஸ்ட்டும் இருக்காங்க.
Yes.
Very interesting personality. Yeah, actually, the person who found this guest.
Found herself?
No. The one who found her was actually Farhan.
Oh, that one. Okay. The founder.
He's the one who shared her profile. Then he said, இவங்க ஸ்டோரி வந்து ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக இருக்குது. We must have her in our podcast.
Okay.
But unfortunately, he can't be a part of this conversation. Oh, pick up on Okay, so we have makeup artist. Sorry for the cough. We have makeup artist and coach. Okay, Mary Victor.
Hi, Mary Victor.
Hi guys.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm so
Actually, I haven't
excited.
finished the intro yet. She's a makeup artist, obviously.
Yeah.
And also the founder of The Body Within. Did I say it properly?
Yes, that's
The
right.
Body Within, which is a body neutrality movement
Yeah.
where she speaks about how to be confident of your body and how to embrace our individual backgrounds.
Yes,
Correct?
definitely.
Okay.
So she's not only a makeup artist, she also does makeup coaching.
Yes,
I
correct.
do makeup coaching as
That's
well.
great.
So two big segments, I think. One is makeup, another one is the body the body confidence movement.
Definitely, yes. Those are two things that I really focus on.
Okay.
For my makeup, I've been doing it for 11 years now. So I started really young and I knew what I wanted.
Okay.
And then for the body within, I started in 2019 but I've always kind of felt like I needed to do something about this and talk about this issue that women face
Okay.
about their bodies and feeling not so confident about their bodies. How can they get around that? So, that's why the body within was there. It's supposed to create a movement, a space for women to come freely and talk about these issues and not feel like they are feeling unsafe.
Okay.
So that's the body within.
How's this going so far, the movement?
It's going pretty well, actually. This year we are hitting some pretty interesting milestones.
Oh, okay. Good to hear.
We are working and collaborating with different companies to really spread the word and also make it more like a space for basically anyone. It's not only just plus size people, but anyone as any size to just come in and feel like, oh my God, this is a space that's talking about inclusivity. So I work with brands, fashion brands, and we kind of widen their size range or make them do campaigns and talk about these issues because the problem starts from talking, right? The solution starts from talking.
Yes.
So basically just creating that space. So the projects coming are going to be really exciting.
Good to hear.
So what did the woke community say about this? Okay. It's okay. Because it is a thing right nowadays where if you say like if you go to someone who's of a plus size and you tell them that okay, we are doing this and just giving an example.
Yeah.
We are doing this movement in order for you to lose weight, for example. And then the woke community, they come out and they say that, oh, why is it why do you have to ask them to lose weight? Maybe they're happy with what they have. Did you have anything like this also?
All the time. I think that is something that as a founder of a movement, something I can't avoid. I think people are always going to have their own opinions on things, and that's totally okay. I think I try to make this approach a little bit more educational.
Okay.
So if you are talking about weight loss, are you doing it in a very degrading sort of way? Or are you doing it in a way that actually helps someone to feel good about themselves? And so if people are going to come and really attack me and be like, oh wow, you're asking people to lose weight. Oh wow, you're promoting obesity. All these little things. I'm just like, listen, have you seen the movement? Have you understood what it's for? And are you coming in blindly and just asking me questions without actually reading about what the movement is about? Yeah, so it's a little bit on the education side.
So when you started this, actually you were prepared to endure these critics. You were ready to
Definitely.
face it.
Actually, you know what? Maybe not so much.
Okay.
When I started out, the comments got to me, especially because I was getting interviewed by the press a lot. I was on magazines and I was on YouTube, a lot of YouTube interviews and a lot of magazine interviews. And sometimes when I see the YouTube videos and like people just commenting like, she's talking about embracing obesity and what are you doing? Like you just cannot accept that you're fat. You just want to try to like make things difficult for yourself. Why do you hate yourself so much? Why do you do this to yourself? And all these comments really got to me. But I think after seeing them often and also being very strong in my message and being more self-aware of why I'm doing this, I started becoming more confident. So now anyone could tell me, you can just come to me and tell me you're a whale, and I'll be like, thanks. I don't get affected by it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
I think one of the usual comments that they say, right, is that you are embracing, this is what I've seen, you are embracing being plus sized because you're just lazy to exercise. This is one of the biggest stigmas that I've seen and heard.
Yeah.
Anyone said that to you also?
All the time. I think that's when I know that they're blindly following a certain standard that society has set. Because when we talk about body inclusivity, right, we also have to question, where did this all begin? Why do we even have to talk about these topics? Why do women feel not included in spaces where they should be feeling included? So when we talk about that, then we go back to a space where society has created this image of how women should be. Not even women, men too. Like men have certain standards.
Yeah, I was
that
about
we
to
have.
say that.
Yeah, it's a human thing. It's
Yes.
not a really gendered thing,
Yeah.
but it's just that women mostly talk about it. I haven't got a space where men come and talk about these issues as well. But it will be very interesting to hear men speak about these issues. And
Shall we start?
yes, guys, should
Men's
start.
health.
It'll create such an impact because, like, within guys itself, there's always this like stigma that you can't be emotional, you can't be vulnerable.
Yes.
I think if men can break that and go out and talk, yeah, I am insecure, so what? Let me talk about it. Let's all hug it out. Just give one hug.
Men, we are actually very, very vulnerable. You know
very
how
emotional.
much our football team's loss can affect us.
That's true.
You know, like
Absolutely.
for him, he had hopes that his team was lifting the trophy this season.
Why are we going there?
For
You
him-
want me to start talking about menu or not?
For him, it's an Arsenal fan.
Oh,
No, anyway, actually we in our previous podcast we actually talked to another makeup artist who's Kesavan. Anyway, shout out to Kesavan.
Oh yeah.
love Kesavan.
Yeah, so he also talked about men's health. He touched more on that during the episode, which was very interesting also.
That's really cool. I think
Yeah.
it's so important. I think he's one of the guys who's not afraid to show his vulnerability online as well.
Yes.
So it's amazing to see.
But even for speaking about it, he was in the comments. It was quite bad on him.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
people did attack him.
Oh no.
So it's. I mean, what I was trying to say is, whatever we do, the comments are going to be.
yeah.
Anyway, we are living in this digital world where you must go through all this.
Yeah, the internet people are the harshest critics.
The keyboard warriors.
The keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
It's so easy to go around and type a certain
Yeah, so nowadays they
message.
don't care. Whatever they say is gonna hurt the people.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
Absolutely. I agree with you. That's
Comments
something-
on online, they get to us more because we actually put in a lot of effort into the video.
Yeah.
Even if it's just us looking at the phone and speaking to it, there is a lot of thought process put into it
Yeah.
before we choose to upload.
Definitely.
And then when someone just blindly comes in and says anything that they want, that is when it gets to us. I think that is the reason.
Definitely.
Because there is effort that was put into producing that content.
Right.
on its own,
Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't, right? When you're passionate about something, you post about it. You
Yeah.
expect people to come back with the same level of passion.
Yes.
And then they come here and they bombard you without really looking into the work.
Mm-hmm.
That's the unfortunate life of internet.
So initially you said that
Yeah.
at the starting stages, the comments were getting to you.
Definitely.
And then now what is your take on it like?
Now I either flip it off, you know, just
So you see, you just off your phone or something.
yeah. Or another way, I just laugh at them. To be
Okay.
honest, I find humor in these messages because, from my understanding, I try to understand their point of view. Like, why are you sending this message out? You probably don't understand what I understand. So it's either you want to be educated or you just want to be a hater. Choose. And that's it. We can't really be really mad at these people or let these people take on an emotional toll on us because it's too much energy, man. It's too
Yeah.
much.
Most of
so
the time it's
tiring.
pointless as well.
It's pointless.
So
like,
apart from these comments, do you get any DMs or personal messages for any hatred towards you?
surprisingly, no.
No.
I haven't got any DMs on it. I get so there's one aspect that I would actually love to share is that as a plus size woman,
Yeah.
I get sexualized a lot.
Okay.
A lot. And these comments that I get are mostly very disgusting sexual things.
Okay.
And it comes in like, I have like over hundreds plus messages being blocked every time because these people cannot keep quiet about it. And that's the only part that somewhat still gets to me because it makes me very uncomfortable. And it's one aspect that a lot of plus size women go through as well, being overly sexualized because of how their body looks. So that's one thing. And surprisingly, I haven't had apart from that DMs, I avoid them as much as I can.
Okay.
I know at this point there's no point educating someone about it because they're not interested to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just want to make a comment. Yeah.
Shall we go to the start where you mentioned in your videos that you went through food disorder. So actually, first thing, what is that?
Okay, so an eating disorder.
Yeah.
An eating disorder is something that it kind of alters the way you eat normally. You're following unhealthy ways of eating,
Okay.
and these ways affects your mental health, affects your body, affects your overall health.
Is it like stress eating or something?
Stress eating is considered pretty normal because it's like something that you have an emotion and you feel. Actually, you know what? It's somewhat the same. You have a certain emotion towards food, and then you start reacting over that food. So let's say we're talking about somebody who has anorexia, and anorexia is someone who will not eat at all, and if they do eat, they will purge it out.
Yeah, they'll puke it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was diagnosed with 2 types of eating disorders. One is anorexia and the other one is bulimia. So the funniest thing is that a lot of especially bigger people have a tendency to have an eating disorder because we were told to lose weight. We were told to do certain things to our bodies to make it look smaller, to make it look slimmer. And the thing is, eating disorders are really put onto us and in primary school itself. It already is there. It's in the school system.
Okay. Yeah.
And like, let's talk about the tough club.
Tough club.
Tough club, if you turn it around, it literally says fat club.
Fat club.
Okay? It's so weird.
That's right. Yeah.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the saddest thing that they do is they make you skip recess
Yeah.
so that you run around the school. Can you imagine the amount of degrading feeling you feel?
Like in primary school itself, you differentiate them from the other people. You know, okay, these are tough
Exactly.
club
You
members.
know, all this while I've never thought about this before.
No, I have thought about it
Now
before.
it hits me, you know.
Right?
Yeah, you make a child skip their meal time.
Yeah.
Like
Like
ask them to exercise.
Yeah.
Do
Because
they still have it, is it now?
I'm not too sure. I'm still asking around if they still have it, but I think if they do still have it, they need to be banned because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
terrible.
it's terrible.
This is the starting of an eating disorder because you're telling your students, telling the children to skip eating and go work out because that's what you need to do in your life. With disregarding the fact that you could be having mental illness, you could have a physical body illness, you could be having a health condition that could be the reason of your weight, or you could just be that's how your body looks.
Yep.
And immediately, just because of the way someone looks, you assume that this is, you just need to eat less and start working out more. That's the worst way.
Imagine how this will develop in the child's mindset.
Exactly.
So when they grow up, they think that okay,
Food
being fat is actually not a good thing.
Exactly. And that starts disordered eating. And that's how eating disorders start, and they circulate and they get worse. At least that's how mine started also. I was in the tough club for so many years. And I hated it. I hated myself. I hated the way my body looked. But, only after I grew up did I learn about what these conditions were and what the doctors were telling me and what I could do to get over my eating disorders. But my eating disorders weren't diagnosed for over 10 years.
Oh, okay.
So it was only maybe about 2 years ago that I finally go to the doctor, confessed that I do all these things, that I purge out my food, that I purposely don't eat, and I feel good about it. And I would feel very faintish through the whole day. I would feel like passing out. I would feel so exhausted. But that, to me, was rewarding because I felt skinny. I felt small. These are feelings that you should have never felt in the first place. But my mentality since young has always been that. Schools have put me onto that. My parents have put me onto that. Family, friends, a lot of people have put me onto this space. So when you're in that space, it's very hard to get out of it, especially if the people around you who you think are supporting you are giving you these messages.
Yeah.
How are you going to heal? How are you going to get out of it, right?
So is it like you do this even though it makes you tired, right? You do this because you are seeking the validation of your parents, or
Very much so. A certain aspect of it is reaching the validation, getting validation from family, like, oh, you lost weight, you look good now. But I think after when I started getting those validation is when I realized that I actually don't need this validation. I had to go through it to understand that validation means nothing because you're suffering so much. I almost passed out so many times in my life, which is crazy. And I've overworked myself, worked out like crazy, eat so little, and then purge out that little food that I eat. And it's just such an exhausting cycle. But it's a very toxic cycle because once you're in it, especially when your mentality is like, I need to feel a certain way. And when you reach that highness that you're about to pass out and you feel so hungry, that's the feeling that I felt was the most rewarding thing to me when I was having my eating disorder. But now I'm so scared of that feeling. I don't want to ever go there again.
Okay.
And it's just that flipping. It's really just telling yourself, hey, that wasn't good. It was not a good feeling. And I had to do a lot of self-therapy and talk to myself and talk myself out of it. And also absorb all this content that are educational. I follow a lot of educational eating disorder content. So a lot of people who are going through eating disorders, and then they share their journeys and they talk about it, and you feel less alone. You feel like, oh my God, yeah. I felt that too. And that makes you a little bit stronger each day.
No, it sounds like you really went through a lot.
Definitely.
So how long you took to overcome this? You mean you actually diagnosed with this for 10 years?
I have been going through it for over 10 years now.
Over 10 years
yeah,
now.
over
Okay.
10 years now. It started really young. I started
During your school days?
Yes, school days. Started at school days, yeah.
sorry, Miri, I just want to ask. You said you went to a doctor to admit,
Yes.
to confess that you have been doing. Then what was the solution? Was it like medicine, or was it therapy?
Therapy, definitely therapy.
Counseling?
Counseling,
Okay.
definitely, because it's a shift in mind. A shift in mindset that you had to do, because it's your perspective of food is so bad, because they want you to change the way you view food. I think surprisingly, what was my biggest wake up call was actually going to see the doctors. When I sat down and I told them, okay, I have been doing this to myself. I know it's not good, but I can't help it. It's affecting me so badly, and I cannot imagine not doing it. You know, it was a weekly thing. Like at least 2-3 times a week, I'm purging out my food. And the other few days, I'm just like trying to keep the food in me or just eating less to avoid the purging. And, you know, going to the doctor was the biggest wake-up call because I realized that this is getting serious. If you have to go to therapy and sit down and talk about this and try to heal, you understand that you're actually sick. You're sick. And I kept questioning whether, was I sick enough to be considered sick? And I was like, this hit me. Like, yeah, I am sick. And it's okay to understand that you are sick. And kind of accept that, okay, what can I do about it? Can I change this? Because my health was getting really bad as well.
But along these years, right? Like, how was it with your family? Because usually, you know, we sometimes have family meals together.
Yeah.
So you are saying that, I mean, do you have, meals together with your family? Let's say dinner together.
Absolutely.
So you will, eat something, then you will just. Do you go through that?
Yeah, I
so,
do.
So how your family react to it? Like,
I think they don't know about it. I'm really good at hiding.
oh,
I should be saying this
because
seriously.
maybe if they know earlier, they would have brought you to a doctor to find out what's the real issue.
Possibly. I think they wouldn't have been able to understand what I'm going through. Because they don't have that kind of mindset. They're like, why are you doing this yourself? Like, what affected you? Like the questions will not come because they just don't understand that area, that aspect of disordered eating. But I do eat normal family meals. But just they don't know what happens after that. That's the thing.
Yeah, I had a friend back in school. She had she was anorexic. So she used to eat with us, and then after that she would go to the toilet and she would actually puke.
Oh
No.
And,
But nobody knew about it.
sad.
Nobody knew about it. Yeah.
Oh.
And today I feel guilty because she actually came up and she actually told us, a few of us, that she has been doing this. But I think there was no proper education for this back then. So we just, I was like, what are you doing? Why you want to vomit? Eat already lah. No, you don't have to do anything about it.
Maybe that one during younger days.
Younger
so
days,
we also
younger
don't know
days,
what to
yeah.
advise or.
Right.
I need to catch up.
We wouldn't even say go and seek help, go to the
Yeah.
doctor. We
Yeah.
wouldn't have that mindset actually.
So now that I hear your story, I feel like many of them who are suffering from this without a solution.
Yeah.
Please seek help.
And that is why we have this movement. Correct?
Absolutely. It's to create that safe space. It's to make you feel like wherever you are, regardless of eating disorders or where you stand with your body, what age you are, what size you are, it absolutely doesn't matter. It's a space for you to just come in and feel good about yourself and understand that you're not alone in this journey. The whole and one aspect of it is that it's a body neutrality movement. It's not a body positivity movement.
Okay.
So there are two
neutrality.
differences.
Yeah.
So with body positivity, I think there is this term called toxic positivity that comes in, where you're kind of overfeeding positivity to a point of toxicity, where it just doesn't become healthy anymore. It's more like you're lying to yourself.
Okay.
It's more like you're following a type of image of positivity that you forget to accept that there are negative times as well. If you're gonna come here and tell me that, hey, I felt positive about my body all this while,
No.
that's such a big fat lie, right?
Yep.
You definitely have those days where you feel insecure. You can't even look at yourself in the mirror. You're just like, oh, I just don't feel good. So those are the days that body neutrality accepts as well. It's like, it's okay to feel those days. Like, why are we hating on those days? Those days are fine. If you feel upset, go have ice cream. Go do something that makes you feel
Cheat day.
so good. Yeah. Go for a swim or go for a run, whatever that makes you feel good and awesome inside. That brings you back to a neutral mindset.
Yeah.
It brings you back to a bit of a positive mindset. But yeah, so that's the difference between body positivity and neutrality.
Because if you promote body positivity, right, later there will be critics saying that you are promoting unhealthy lifestyle.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
that's
But thank you. I think I have a very big takeaway from this.
Yeah.
I've been on I've been trying to follow this lifestyle where I don't take sugared drinks.
Are you sure or not?
For the past 1 month, I've been trying this. But
Later I buy
no,
my ice wine.
few days I failed already. And then today I was like, after I had my lunch, I was still hungry and I just had a shitty morning. So I was like, fuck it, I want ice cream. I ate ice cream. Then after that I ate potato chips.
Oops.
And then I had a can of Coke. And my friend was telling me, hey, everything you have been working for is wasted. I was like, fuck it lah. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
It gives me happiness. I don't care. I just want to do this today.
Yeah, what's wrong with indulging, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So every now and then, I think you should go for it.
Definitely.
You mean one cheat day?
Yeah, there should be a cheat day.
Definitely.
I even saw a YouTuber. He does like workout and stuff. He's a coach. He was saying that like he's you have your routine, right? So Monday's chest day, Tuesday is
Legs day, yeah.
Then like every Friday is a cheat day. So he'll be like, don't come to the gym, go out there, don't be a loser, go out there and
Eat
have
whatever
an ice
you
cream,
want.
have a burger, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's your cheat day, just go. Do it every once a week.
Yeah.
So I think it's important.
Absolutely.
If not, you are going to be depressed.
Yeah.
And,
you will have a burnout. You won't feel good
Yeah.
anymore.
It's going to come back. So
Yeah.
okay, before we finish this this part in particular, I would like to ask or touch more on the kind of people that are within your community for the body within, like within. Like who are the people who are attending? Who are the people who are participating in this? I just want to ask this because for to come into such circles, right? People are very critical.
Yeah.
Because they usually, even if it's me, I already have a very low self-esteem of myself. I'm just giving an example. I have a low self-esteem. So if I want to step into such a movement or such a circle, I want to know in depth on who are the people I'm going to mingle around with.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the type of people that come here, it's very random. I don't think there's any specific type of people that come for this event. I think although the mindset of these people are different, I think those who come into this space kind of have a perspective of wanting to better the way they view themselves and wanting to understand why they view the way they view it and wanting to find a community of people and feel less alone in this space. Most importantly lah. So I've kind of made the space as inviting as much as possible. So it's to anyone can come in. And I think that's very important. It's just wherever you stand in your body positivity or body neutrality space. Yeah.
Okay. So for those of them who wants to find you, the Instagram handles are?
The Instagram handle is The Body Within Official.
At The Body Within Official. So do check them out. Okay, Mary, I think we've come to an end for this part. In the next episode, we would like to touch more on your journey as a makeup artist.
Yep.
Perfect.
And another very, very interesting thing that you also agreed on is to run through some of the comments that you get on TikTok.
Let's do
We
it.
would want to see your reaction live.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys, once again, this is Why Like That? There's
Always
always
two sides to a story.
You are listening to Why Like That podcast.